Hey friends, happy Monday. Welcome to week 3 of our I Heart My Community daily devotional series. Today we are going to be continuing to dive into Nehemiah chapter 4 verses 1 through 6. And as always, when we walk through scripture together, we are asking the two big questions. What does it say? And what does it mean? So what does Nehemiah 4, 1 through 6 say? Well, basically, Nehemiah is hitting some opposition. So he has set out on this goal and this mission to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem, and the people in the Samaritans are angry about this because the walls of Jerusalem they're down, and the Samaritans can kind of freely go in and out of the city and take what they want and live there, and they're angry that those walls are going to go back up and the potential for them to do that won't be there. So they're mad, and they've decided that they're going to do what any rational human would do when angry, and that is to mock them, to ridicule them, and to make fun of them for what they're trying to do. They want to make sure Nehemiah is going to fail, and not only is he going to fail, but they're going to mock him every step of the way. And Nehemiah's response to the ridicule that he's getting is something that I think speaks very highly of who he was as a person and his character and what his relationship with God was like. But Nehemiah chose, instead of yelling back at them in anger or asking God to smite them or to quit and give up, his response was to just pray and to give it over to God and to let God take care of it, and to just keep pushing forth and walking towards his mission. Even when it got hard, even when it sucked, he had this strong desire in his heart. He knew exactly what God wanted him to do, and he wasn't going to let anybody else stop him in that. He just gave over all of that garbage to God. And I think that's incredible, because if we're really honest with ourselves, it's really easy to give up. It's really easy to quit when things get hard and when things suck. And not only is it easy to give up, but it's easy to make excuses for ourselves and say like, oh, I'm totally justified in this and in quitting and giving up. Or not only am I justified, but I am right to give up. Nehemiah didn't say any of that. He didn't say, oh, well, maybe this isn't what God wanted for me to do, or maybe my timing's wrong. Maybe I should have just waited, or I need someone to come alongside me and do this. He didn't say any of that. He knew exactly what God called him to do and exactly what God wanted him to do, and he just marched forward and did it, regardless of what other people said, regardless of the opposition that was in his way. Even when things got tough, he went forward and he did it. And not only did he do that for himself, but he brought all those people that helped him build that wall with him along in that. And they worked enthusiastically for the Lord. And I just think that's incredible. My challenge to you guys today and this week is really think about, what is that thing that God's laid on your heart? What is that mission that God has for you, or that person that he wants you to reach out to that you just think, I don't know that I can do this, or that could be really tough, or maybe you're in a season of doing what God has asked you to do and it's just challenging. I just pray that you just take a lesson from Nehemiah and just keep giving all of that over to him and just keep marching forward with what God's asked you to do, because the work and the effort that you put into it will be well worth it. I hope you guys found this encouraging today. I found this passage really encouraging for myself. I just pray that you guys will continue to walk with us as we continue to walk through the book of Nehemiah, and I hope you guys have an incredible rest of your Monday.